So it looks like the name Blue Line Morphs, and this logo is all coming to an end. What's going on, guys? I'm Baker, and welcome to Blue Line Morphs. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. We are a new ball python breeding channel. We're raw, we're in your face, we're all about transparency and honesty, okay? We're only about 3-4 months old. We're closing on that 1,000 mark for subscribers, so help us close in on there. I greatly appreciate it. I have an Instagram channel, blue_line_morphs, that I post on daily, whether it's my story or just posts in general. Interact on there all the time. That's become more like my personal page, so I'm always on there. Definitely DM me on there. I'm always going to answer back. I did start a Facebook page recently, Blue Line Morphs. I try to build that. It's not working as well as I hoped. A little bit different, but I do want to build that up. So please check me out on there. I'm going to link both of them in the notes down below, both my Instagram and my Facebook. Today's Rob's last day. We're going to talk to Rob later about his experience. Quick little talk with Rob with his experience in Brooklyn, up here in the Bronx, and living with me. The ball python community, guys, is absolutely phenomenal. You know, I'm not going to ruin the little quick interview with Rob later, but ultimately, like, for me to know a guy for 5 months, him to move in and be like a brother to me, is where else is that going to happen? Obviously, he's a cop. He was a cop too. That helped. But this, the ball python community in general, is lifelong friends. I absolutely love it. All right, so I'm going to be honest with you. The video, the title, the thumbnail, it's all clickbait. Okay. Everything that's going on recently, when I post my pictures, if you look, I hashtag a lot of stuff. And I hashtag Thimble cops, you know, Leo, sheepdog, stuff like this. Because I guess that's coming up on other people's feeds, I've had a lot of people messaging me recently. You know, wishing harm on my family or me, and hope your snakes die, or never buy a snake from a cop, you know, shove it up your ass, all types of shit. Some people unfollow me. Some people unsubscribe to the channel. All because of what I do for a living. And that got me thinking, maybe I should change the name. Right? I'm trying to build a big business. You guys know I'm going big, right? Recently I spent, $6,000-7,000 in the last, 14 days on snakes. I'm coming on Wednesday, by the way. I can't wait. So I was like, you know what? I want to build this business. I got to build it where people aren't going to, hold certain things against me, and they're not going to, persecute me because of what I do for a living, or the patch on my shoulder. And then I realized that just wouldn't be my style. So I'm not going to do that. Blue Eye Morphs isn't going anywhere. I'm not changing my logo. I'm not changing the name. And I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm a cop. It's who I am. It's what I do for a living. I know there's a lot of cops in this hobby, and they don't put it as forward as I do. That's fine. I respect it and I get that. But I'm damn proud of what I am. I'm damn proud of the men and women that wear blue. Or green, or gray, or black, right? Whatever department you work for. Listen, I have respect for all vocations. No, sorry, not vocations. All the jobs and careers. But being a police officer, with excluding the military, which thank God for that, right? Being a police officer is a vocation. The difference between a vocation and a job is this: you can turn off your job, you can turn off your career. Okay, if you're a nurse or a teacher or a general contractor or whatever. Now, I'm not diminishing those. I'm not putting those down at all, especially during the pandemic. In fact, these are what all my loved ones, my family members do. But when it comes to being a cop, there's no turning it off. Ask any cop watching this, any cop that's breeds ball pythons or anyone you know. It doesn't turn off, right? You're walking through the parking lot, you're looking at inspection stickers, you're looking at license plates. People, you start people watching. You watch what people do. You're at a party, you're at a bar. Your back's against a corner. Your back's always, facing. You're always facing the door in restaurants. Your back's never to the door. Your back's never to the entranceway. You always know the exit. It's just part of your life now. Okay. People go to work. I'll use my dad for. He's a general contractor. I'll use him for example. People go to work as a GC, general contractor, building houses. Yeah, you go to work. You put your gun belt on. Sorry, no, that's me. You put your tool belt on. Your hammer on your hip. You go to work. You bang some nails. You go home. I walk out that door every day, and I grab my gun, and I grab my shield, and I grab my bulletproof vest, bullet-resistant vest, and my gun belt. And the reality is this. Not trying to be a martyr or anything, but I don't know if I'm coming back, right? That's a very real possibility when it comes to being a cop. Now, you can go to any job, shooters in schools or GC, construction accidents, I get that. But there's a very real possibility that I don't come home. Now, with that being said, with all the grief and all the bullshit I was getting in DMs, I'm still going to go out there every day. I'm still going to tell you I'm a cop. When gunshots are going off and you're running away, I'm still going to run into that building. I'm still going to run down the block towards them. When grandma gets hit by a drunk driver, I'm still going to hold her hand as she's dying. Right? These are all real things, by the way. I'm still going to sit there and have my phone held up, one kid's. Listen, I watched a 3-year-old die. One of my first years as a cop. I'm still gonna hold up my phone and play videos for him just to distract him from it as he slowly starts gasping for air and his body's shutting down. Okay, I'm still gonna Christmas morning. I'm not home with my family. I'm at work. I'm still gonna go and give that 13-year-old girl the hug because she just watched her dad die of a heart attack. Right? I'm still gonna miss the holidays and the birthdays. Some of my relationships are still gonna end, and my family members, some of those relationships and those friendships are still gonna come to an end because of what I do for a living. And I wouldn't change it for the world. The men and women that stand that thin blue line, we need them. I think they're some of the best people in the world, and I'm damn proud of who I am. So despite all the bullshit I've been getting from it, I'm not changing who I am, I'm not changing what I say, I'm not changing what I stand for. I am blue lines, I am a blue line, I am a cop, I am a sheepdog, and that is my logo, and it's not going anywhere. You don't want to buy a snake from me, don't fucking buy it from me. It's that simple. That being said, a lot of people reaching out to me. Listen, Bake, we got your back. I know all the shit's going on. Don't worry about it. We always have your back. We love you. A lot of people. For every one person that's reached out to fuck with me, 3 people have reached out to say, hey, Bake, we got your back. Be safe out there. Make sure everything's good. I always say, be safe. Watch your 6. A lot of people like, Bake, we got your 6. We still support you. The silent majority still has your back. And I greatly appreciate that, guys. So, little clickbait. Sorry. This is what it is. But I'm not going anywhere. Logo's not getting changed. The blue line flag's there. Got the blue line behind me. I'm a cop. You don't like it, change the fucking channel. That being said, let's talk to Rob about his experience. Alright, so now that my rant's over and done with, I got that off my chest, got that off my shoulders, we're not going anywhere. Today is Rob's last day. If you can't see it, but right here, if you check his channel, his Instagram out, he's got all the snakes packed, ready to go. I'm dropping them off tomorrow in the Bronx for you. It's going to save him like 2 hours rather than come all the way out to Long Island. Then go back to Tennessee. He's going to have them all ready to go. They're in, 6-quart tubs?
Yeah.
They're all stacked up. It's warm enough in here. They'll be chilling. So I'm going to drop them off in the morning. But today it's bittersweet. It's been fun. It's been a little weird, right? I just wanted to let him talk about his experience a little bit, but also talk about the ball python community in general. Again, a lot of you have been following the channel. You know exactly how this transpired. But realistically, I've only known Rob for 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, this year basically.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months. We met over. I went live cleaning my tubs one day. Then all of a sudden I decided I went live, and all of a sudden he came in and he asked for requests to go live. So he started going live. We started bullshitting. It's a big dude with a beard and a heavy accent, and we kept bullshitting. Then it turns out he was a cop, then he's an RN, and then we started a group text with Mike from Redline Pythons and Mike from Porter Pythons. And we were bullshitting. And then one day, I guess he had discovered, he's an RN now, but I guess he had discovered that you can come up here, make a little money during the COVID pandemic. So he's like, hey, do you have any extra room for me? And at first it was kind of a joke, right? We were joking around about it. Then it progressed over the next week where it wasn't a joke, right? And then ultimately it's like, yeah, listen, I have an apartment that's vacant. Actually, Frankie Kutch just moved into. Rob got booted. Frankie's down there already. And ultimately, for 2 guys that met via ball python community to all of a sudden was no issues, no weirdness, right? Just moved right in, and he brought his rack. You guys all know that story. I'm not going to go over that story again. But realistically, the ball python community, we're good friends now, and it provided all these opportunities. And as strange as the snake people at Reptile may be, I just don't think it's that way, right? I mean, we became, like I said, we became good buddies, and he spent the last 2 months with me. He's moving out, bittersweet. But so, what's your experience on New York?
Well, I came right in the middle of COVID, so I didn't really get to see New York. Right. I saw
you went to Manhattan,
a ghost town of New York.
Right.
I drove to work. It took an hour. No big deal.
Yeah.
And then we went from the COVID to all the rioting and different things the last couple of weeks. So that was a complete shift because when I got here, everybody loved first responders.
Well, you went to Manhattan. It was empty.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, when you got here, first responders were helping everybody. And everybody hates me, right? Which is kind of what this video's about.
So that's kind of how the whole thing worked. I got here, everybody loved us. I could have stayed in Manhattan the whole time I was here for free, but I didn't want to. I had my whole collection out here, and I wanted to take care of that. But a lot of first responders did. Now,
this is how he has them all packed. We learned our lesson so they don't get out in the U-Haul again.
But now, they're dealing with riots in Manhattan and in Brooklyn.
Well, it's slowed down now, but yeah, it was bad for a while.
So it's been like a topsy-turvy whole kind of trip,
You miss home, right?
Yeah, badly. I enjoy living out in the country.
No, I do too. What's funny is I hate New York. I love it, but I hate it at the same time. So you mentioned before, what was your favorite part about New York?
Hanging out with you, bro.
No, besides, of course, thank you. No, but the food.
Oh yeah, the pizza.
The pizza.
The pie.
I think the pie. I think Rob and I ate pizza.
Oh my god.
We ate either burger. So when he first got here, there was a week or two where I was still off because of COVID. So every day we were eating. I put on like 15 pounds when Rob moved in because every day was like Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, pizza, Chinese food. Right, Chinese during the COVID, but we were nonstop eating. It was a lot of fun in the beginning. But the pizza, is it up to the hype?
Oh yeah,
It's good, right?
It's heavy. You can't eat as much as you can in Florida.
No. You have 3 or 4 slices of cinnamon roll, the meat on top, and it's over.
Yeah, you're just
No
done.
doubt. But somehow we always ate more, You know, it's funny, I'd come home sometimes and, like, our schedule is the complete opposite. But I would come home sometimes, there'd be, like, random fried chicken in my refrigerator. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
I'm from the South.
No, I know.
chicken.
He would go to, like, Popeyes or, like, KFC and buy a whole bucket, like, family size. I'd come home and there's just fried chicken in there. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't buy the sides.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, it is what it is, so.
That's one thing I learned. Baker makes fun of me because I don't really drink anything when I eat.
No, it's very strange.
And I don't usually buy sides. I just buy whatever I want. If I want chicken, that's all I buy. It's the chicken.
Yeah, fair is fair, I guess. I like the mashed potatoes and stuff. But ultimately, like I said, it's bittersweet, guys. He's on his way out. I guess when you're going to work tonight.
Yeah.
And, so what do you think about the Bronx? The hospital. How are the people in New York? We have a bad reputation as New York's being like kind of assholes. What did you think?
The people I work with there now, a lot of the nurses I work with, are immigrants. A lot of them were from like West Indies. A lot of them, there's of course Puerto Ricans and Cubans. There's a lot of different ethnicities in the Bronx. But the ones I've worked with have been absolutely great. They've been completely welcoming. In fact, when they found out that I was leaving, like last night, somebody mentioned that tonight was going to be my last night. They're like, "Oh my God, we've got to get all this stuff together. This is a good reason to cook." Like, so I'm going to get to work and
it's be a party.
I'm going to have Italian food. I'm going to have a West Indian food. I'm going to have Cuban food. I'm going to have a lot to choose from. But they've been completely welcoming. They really appreciated us that did come in and work and help them. I intentionally worked weekends when I was here because I wanted to give their main staff a break from working all the weekends. So I could have worked any schedule.
Plus, let's be honest. Plus, administration's not there. Less bosses.
Yeah, I don't want to work with all the bosses. I didn't want all that.
He's a martyr all the time.
So I intentionally worked every weekend, and it was great. I worked with basically the same 2 charge nurses the whole time.
So was there a difference between being a nurse in Florida and then being a nurse in New York?
Absolutely.
What's the difference?
Huge difference. In New York, you do less of the task. You delegate a lot.
You have more helpers, right?
Yeah, you have medical assistants, you have techs, you have all these people that do things that in Florida I would have just done myself. In Florida, you have fewer patients, but you do everything. Gotcha. You start all your own IVs, draw all your own blood, you do any type of care that the patient needs. Where here I had to get used to delegating work to other people.
Gotcha. More like you have your own little staff.
Yeah.
How was your experience with the NYPD?
Great. I met them every night in the Bronx.
Oh yeah, hospitalized prisoners for the win. All those rookies, enjoy.
Yeah.
I spent many nights in for me over at Kings County, with the 17th floor was a psych ward, and I would always get volunteered to be up there. Sometimes doubles and triples. My sergeant would joke that if I leave Baker here too long, I'll come back running the place. So.
Yeah. I met probably 10 or 12 NYPD staff every shift that I was here.
Yeah, they're not bad, right?
No.
Right.
Some of them were sitting there with me, just hanging out, and then other ones were just in and out for different things. But no.
What about the New Yorkers in general? Like when we would go to Walmart and we would go get food and shit. A little more in a rush, a little more of an attitude, right?
They're not the "how y'all doing" kind, but
not friendly.
But
depends.
But they weren't like shitty about anything. They're just minding their own.
Yeah, it was almost like there's so much New Yorkers. I feel like are so much like minding their own business that they can't be bothered to be friendly. It's not that they're not friendly. Once you engage them or talk to them, they're super friendly. But it's almost like they're so mindset. They're only so tunnel vision that that's all they want to do is do what the fuck they want to do. They don't get bothered by you. And if you do bother them, sometimes they get that attitude, right?
Yeah, but very rare. Everybody, I think, with the COVID thing, it really changed. Of course, I've seen everything in smaller crowds than is normal. Like I just went to Home Depot today, and it's open, but you're still.
Was there a line, by the way? Because I gotta go.
Yeah, I mean you're standing 6 foot apart, but the line moved quickly,
right.
So that's the only thing to change. Everybody's still wearing a mask, but you can still get in and out of the store. I even looked at a few extra things when I went in there, and I still got in and out in 45 minutes. It wasn't a big deal, but that's the only thing that's the only fully. I guess we're in stage 2 of opening out here on Long Island.
Yeah, I think some of the outdoor bars are opening up, stuff like that. Like I talked about on Instagram the other day. But other than that, I think we're slowly opening up again.
Yeah.
It'll be alright.
Like if you're in New York City, like the Bronx is still only at level 1, so they're not as open as you are out
Right.
here on the island.
Right. Well, yeah, the city's always different than Long Island and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
But overall, good experience.
Oh yeah, great experience. Great food. I love the pizza.
Well, we appreciate your help up here in the hospitals. We did get hammered, right? But
It-
it's been fun.
Yeah. I'm definitely ready to get home. I got so much to do. I got the new building coming. Got to finish that out.
Yeah, definitely check out his channel, Racer Reptiles. He's building a whole, he just ordered a bunch of stuff from Freedom Breeder. He's building like a state-of-the-art walk-in incubator in this room. Definitely check that out. He's going to do a lot of build videos soon, right?
Yeah.
Which should be really, really interesting. I can't wait to watch him. Hopefully, I go down there. My mom lives like 3 hours from where he lives, where he's moving to. So we'll be together again. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to miss the lives, blah, blah. We're still going to try to do that and everything else. And I'll be down there, and he'll be doing, like, on scene with Racer Reptiles, stuff like that. But ultimately, bro, it's been real.
Yeah, bro.
That's it, man. He's leaving.
Love it.
He's leaving now, right? Shit,
Yeah.
what? You're leaving now? He's leaving.
I'm literally walking out the door, headed to the Bronx to work. He's gonna meet me at 7:30 in the morning. I'm gonna get all my snakes from him, and then take a 12-hour trip of caffeine, Monster Energy drinks, coffee, and telephone calls to get me home.
No, thanks. All right, listen. As always, guys, tell them.
Always watch your six.
Yeah, be safe and always watch your six.